Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I have just been so blessed, and I conquered my fear finally. A fear that has been plaguing me since I was a child. A fear that has given me night terrors since I was a child. A fear that when I had these night terrors, I would wake up cold sweats, not able to breathe, heart palpitations. It was that severe. This fear was given to me as a child due to abuse. At 4 years old, I was abused by my stepfather who, beat me and stuck me in a closet, hanged me in the dark, and told me that if I let go from the hangers that you hang your coats on in your clothes, he made me hold on to those, and he let go of me, and he said, if you let go, you are going to go to hell, the devil's going to consume you, and you will be no more. So as a child, being in a church atmosphere, I knew Jesus. So I knew that, and I knew hell was real. Even as a child, just from the stuff that people said. So I remember as a child just holding on and begging for light. And I must have let go at some point because my mother found me huddled in a corner. And of course, the abuse was reported to the police and my stepfather was arrested and all of that. But from that event, I have had a severe fear of the dark my whole life. I couldn't be in dark rooms. I had to have at least a nightlight, something to guide me. And not only that, I would have night terrors, of course, of being in the dark, not being able to turn on lights. My biggest fear. And I never have been able to conquer that fear. Well, of course, as everyone knows, I've recently begun a ministry on Facebook and a ministry on YouTube. And I've been accepting my calling and my duty from Christ. And just, speaking out and just sharing aspects of my life that could give others hope. This, though, is just amazing progress because through Christ, I no longer have a fear of the dark. This morning I woke up at around 5 in the morning. It was still dark outside, so there was no light or anything like that coming in, and our power was out. For whatever reason, we had no power this morning, and it was completely pitch black dark in my house. And usually, I would be freaking out. I'd be like, honey, or grabbing my phone, turning on a little flashlight, trying to get myself. But it didn't bother me. For the first time, I was at peace in the dark. We're talking about someone who had such a fear of the dark before. I couldn't have any darkness around me. I always had to have some form of light. And I'm standing around, I'm looking, and I have no fear at all, period. Nothing but peace and calmness. And I could hear the Lord in my head, being in the dark. I'm here. Don't have any fear. Don't be afraid. And I was just so calm. And the point of this all is when you give your life completely to Jesus and you do every command that He tells you, and you walk in His light and you shine your light to the world, every fear, every desire, everything comes to the point where you realize by living for Him and Him alone, He gives you the courage you need to defeat any fear, any anxiety, any mental blockage you have, any thoughts of the past that you have. And I can now say, without a doubt, I can smile and I can tell people, yes, as a 4-year-old child, I was abused and I was put in a dark room and not have any fear, not have any way of, it doesn't bother me. I can say that, and I can say that that is no longer a part of who I am today. All of the fear, all the anxiety, everything that I've had has completely been taken by Yeshua. He is my all in all now. I devote most of my day and time to Him, and it's been a blessing not to have any fears or any thoughts of any kind of abuse that I had as a young child. And the only reason why I'm talking about it is because I want this to be an inspiration for someone else who has suffered abuse and maybe have fears and anxieties that they're not able to conquer. I can tell you from experience, it's 100% true. If you give your life and all your fears, all your burdens to Yeshua, He will take every one of them away, and He will fill you with the most incredible peace and joy that you've ever felt. And even when I look around me and I see all of these things, I have no fear of it. Like, I know soon there are going to be things that are going to happen and take place that a lot of people are going to be in a lot of fear, but I have no fear of it because I'm covered. I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. I'm covered by His love. I'm covered, so I have no fear of it. Another thing that I really want to tell everyone, and that has been spoken to my heart, is stop putting your hopes in political incorrectness or correctness or anything political right now. You can't put your hopes in the president. You can't put your hopes in people that are running for president. Right now, instead of the church telling you go out and vote, they should be telling you to go out and pray. Because something that you guys need to understand is no matter what right now, there's one thing that's going to be true at the end of all of this stuff. God's will always be done. He knows what's going to happen. He knows who's going to be president. He puts him there. So instead of going on and choosing sides, political sides right now, you shouldn't be doing that, because it's of the world, and you need to start making preparations, not for a worldly home, but for a heavenly home, because the heavenly home is coming. And I feel that from the depths of my heart. And I know a lot of others are, even non-believers, right now, in record droves, non-believers who never really believed are turning to Yeshua because they are having visions and they are having dreams, and they've never believed in Yeshua one time in their life. And he is telling them the same thing. There's something wrong, so they're turning to the only thing that they know that they can turn to. Though they've heard his name, and some of them have heard his gospels in the past, they never turn to him because it's never been dire for them to have him in their lives. And right now is that time where people need to welcome Yeshua in their lives, whether they're believers or not. Right now, unbelievers are coming to Christ in droves, and it's all because of people like me that are actually not afraid to tell the truth. Right now, you cannot depend on your government to save you. Your government can't save you from what's coming. The only person that can save you is Yeshua. And I say person because he's still a person. He came as a man, he died as a man, and he rose from the dead and ascended into heaven as a man. He had a glorified body, but he was still a man. And he loves us. He sacrificed himself for us. And our only way to our Father, our God, Yahweh, the only way to him is through his Son and through his blood and through his sacrifice. So put all your hopes in Jesus. Yeshua. His name is Yeshua. And let him take care of all your fears, all your worries, all your anxiety. Don't look at the things going around in the world, because this world will be coming to an end very soon. And we will either be at peace in heaven, or some of you will be in another place that isn't so great. But I'm doing my due diligence, and I'm doing what I've been called to do, and that is to be a light and a beacon of hope for all, and an encourager of all, to finally give up the world and look forward to your heavenly home. This is my story. This is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. I love you all. May God bless and keep you and turn his face to you and finally give you peace.